HOA Karen's antics reached new heights, or, in her case, new depths when she decided to climb my ranch fence. Apparently, she thought that scaling private property like a wannabe adventurer would somehow give her authority or prove a point. What she didn't realize was that my ranch was no ordinary property. It was a fortress of law, security, and highly territorial livestock. I first noticed the intrusion through my security cameras. Karen, in full, I'm enforcing the rules mode, trying to hoist herself over the fence, her clipboard clutched tightly in one hand, shoes scraping against the metal. I could hear her muttering, "I just need to check for community compliance." I decided to watch the spectacle for a few minutes. My trained K9 shepherds, who had been resting nearby, perked up immediately, sensing a trespasser. They padded silently to the perimeter, their low growls just audible enough to send a shiver down any intruder's spine. One of my bulls, curious about the commotion, ambled toward the fence, its massive frame casting a shadow over Karen. As she struggled, I casually walked out onto the porch, coffee in hand. "Karen," I called, "I see you're trying to bypass the gate. I hope you enjoy the view from the other side, because that's the last unauthorized entry you'll make here." Karen froze mid-climb, her face a mixture of fear, frustration, and disbelief. The K9s circled her, their growls resonating like an ominous soundtrack. The bull moved closer, stamping its hooves, and the combination of sounds and looming bodies convinced her that she had made a grave mistake. She screamed, a high-pitched wail that echoed across the property, and called the cops. Again. "I'm being threatened," she shouted. Meanwhile, my security cameras captured every angle, every flail, every desperate attempt to escape the reality she had created for herself. By the time the officers arrived, Karen was halfway over the fence, clinging to it like a cartoon character dangling from a cliff. I calmly explained the situation. She had trespassed, endangered herself, and triggered both my security system and the livestock's natural territorial instincts. Any future attempt would result in fines, potential injury, and legal action. The officers, trying not to laugh, escorted her off the property while she continued muttering about HOA rules and community enforcement, completely unaware that she had just staged her most humiliating public defeat yet. Later, I reviewed the security footage, saving it for posterity. Karen's panic, her wild flailing, and her futile attempts to assert authority were recorded in glorious high definition. I even shared a snippet with a few neighbors for amusement, carefully leaving out anything that could be considered mean-spirited, though the humor was hard to resist. As the sun set, the ranch returned to calm. The cows grazed lazily, the K9s returned to their posts, and the bull ambled off to a shady spot near the barn. Karen had learned another lesson. Trespassing on my ranch results in humiliation, confrontation with highly territorial animals, and legal consequences she cannot escape. The ranch remained untouchable, my fences secure, and Karen's reputation as the neighborhood overreacher further cemented. And I, as always, enjoyed a quiet cup of coffee on the porch, watching the sunset, knowing that the property, the livestock, and the law were firmly on my side.